Good morning, 4:44 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Tuesday, November 29th, 2022. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. As we have a few things to talk about with XRP this early morning, we are still just about 4 hours and 45 minutes until the open of the markets. We're in pre-market right now. Well, technically pre-market. Some exchanges don't open until 6 for pre-market. Some are at 4 a.m. just depending on where your focus is at. XRP, the main thing for XRP, if you're paying attention, is XRP faces a jittery few days as the focus returns to SEC versus Ripple case, as there will be a filing. What is this? This is on the 28th, but I think the filing's actually today. So XRP will be court filing today. So we'll see what happens here with the SEC versus Ripple case. So key insights. On Monday, XRP fell by 1.91%, making the second loss in 8 sessions. Investor optimism toward a favorable outcome to SEC versus Ripple case took a backseat with the NASDAQ index weighing on investor sentiment. The technical indicators are bearish, with XRP sitting below the 50-day EMA, signaling a possible return to sub 35 cents. On Monday, XRP fell by 1.91%, reversing a 0.13% loss from Sunday. XRP ended the day at 0.38899. Notably, XRP failed to revisit 40 cents for the first time in 5 sessions and saw red for the second time in 8 sessions. A mixed start to the day saw XRP rise to early high of 39853, falling short of the first major resistance at 4148. XRP slid to an early low of 37312. XRP fell through the first major support level at 3865 and the second major level at 3764, finding afternoon support. XRP broke through major support levels to end the day at 38899. China protests ran XRP on the NASDAQ Composite. On Monday, the market reaction of news of blah, blah, blah protests across China weighed on riskier assets. A final hour Sunday pullback and an early Monday sell-off left XRP and the broader market in the red. The NASDAQ mini fell into negative territory, responding to a slide in crude oil prices and Asian equity markets. Sentiment failed to improve through the U.S. session, with the NASDAQ Composite Index ending the day down 1.58%. For XRP investors, optimism toward the outcome of ongoing SEC versus Ripple case failed to provide support. On Wednesday, the SEC and defendants must file. Actually, that's tomorrow. So on Wednesday, I knew it seemed early. On Wednesday, the SEC and defendants must file summary judgment reply briefs. The public can access redacted versions on December 5th. The reply briefs are significant as Ripple could use the filing to corner the SEC in the settlement. William Hinman's speech-related documents in the amicus brief will likely be areas of interest. Both defendants have the documents in their possession. The SEC will want to prevent the public from accessing the Hinman documents. In a famous 2018 speech, Division of Corporate Finance William Hinman said that Bitcoin and Ethereum are not securities. By way of history, the SEC failed to shield the Hinman speech-related documents on more than 6 occasions. Okay, now let's get into the chart. So on this early morning right now, as we can see, the market's looking a little green. It's just returned back up to the drop points almost. XRP's up 0.28%. Bitcoin's up 1.68%, up 272 points to 16,478. And right now we're just inside of this bear flag still. It's nothing more, nothing less. We bounced off of the 16,049, and now we got resistance at 16,648, which it looks like we're coming up to. We'll see if we can fill out this bear flag. And if we do drop from where I marked this out a while ago, it's just now went past with the price action. If it were to drop down from there, we'd be looking at 11,657 as the bear's continuation price target. And that is actually a very accurate target. Now, XRP at 39.05, we're coming up to this major resistance area. We talked about this yesterday. How would we react when we came back up here? And so far, negatively. If we get rejected by this, this would be the end of the pattern, and this is what we were worried about yesterday. So let's see if we can get back over at 392. If not, we're going to work our way back down to 372, and ultimately, we would work our way under the 372, and we'd work our way down to, I think, sub 35 and towards the 30 cent, and then ultimately, if in the perpetual futures chart, because it's the easiest one for me to show you, if we do make our way back down, we would have to contend with the bear flag right at 362 area. So 372 and 362 are the underneath supports. These are rising channels, so these are ultimately, this will end up being a bearish reversal is what these end up being with no volume. And my biggest problem here, look at the 30-minute. There is absolutely dick for volume. Dick. When we broke down, we had 1.23 million, 880,000, 801,000. Now we reverse back. Now this current push up, 477,000, 161,000, 265,000, 51,000. That's not going to get it done. It's 1/10. This is 1/20th the volume on some of this. 1/10. So this doesn't look great. See if we can hold the 20 and push it up a little bit higher. And, you know, you'd be looking at your peak at about the 404 if we were to break up like this. But that 39.7 level is going to be very difficult to get by as well. So pay attention to that with the XRP. Today I want to also, because I'm going to be covering these a lot more with the ISO expansion, H-bar, we're going to be covering in this update. And you can see H-bar is below very, very critical pattern. Hasn't even been any reason to do anything just yet because the next big drop point I already know is 2.5. So we're coming up here for rejection. If we can't break back up past the 517, it's a big problem. And I've had this drawn out for this for a long, long time. And I know it looks stupid in the weekly. But in the daily, if you can understand what I'm doing, it makes more sense. I targeted out the bear flag, then the levels that once it broke down, it would have to break. And now we're on the bottom side of all of these. And the 2.5 level is literally staring us in the face if we can't break back over the 519, 5.2 level. And I'm going to be showing a lot more of H-bar, but this is what you need to focus on right now. Very heavy resistance at the 523, and if we break this, we're coming down. If we break to the downside, we are coming down at some point to the 256 and possibly further. I have a 0094 target, eventual target, so we'll see what happens there. And then with DAG, and now another part of the expansion, as we are doing Hedera and H-bar. Today I'm not going to be reading off of from their website, as I like to do quite often. So we can see network metrics for H-bar real quick. Transactions 1,013,000 per day, 5.42 seconds to finality. 1,321,667 accounts on the mainnet and 495 API calls per H-bar. So we'll get more into H-bar, but today, and I hope you enjoyed the technical analysis on H-bar, we're going to learn about DAG, Constellation Networks, and this is a big one in the ISO coins. I promised I would release it, and it's happening right now at 4:55 a.m. So, faster than you can say Solana. That's funny how they say that. So, Constellation is a decentralized network that enables anyone to build the future of Web3 with feeless transactions, secure infinality, scalable, and cross-chain interoperable, engineered for developers, designed for the universe. So 80,000 transactions per second plus 1.3 billion staked in DAG, 25.4K DAG wallet holders, 300 plus validator nodes. It's a robust ecosystem. Secure, the decentralized DAG architecture offers cryptographic security at scale for all data traversing the network. Infinitely scalable, the DAG architecture designed for high throughput data pipelines, performs concurrent consensus, feeless, there are no required fees for transacting on the hypergraph and accessing bandwidth, decentralized 300 plus globally distributed foundational nodes with a proof of reputable observation consensus mechanism ensure decentralized performance and consensus, truly interoperable, the layer 0 data transfer layer supports endless types of state channels operating on the layer 1 above, allowing for complete interoperability across channels, and blazing fast. Tests show 80,000 transactions in 7 seconds with only 6 nodes, but the bigger the network grows, the faster it gets. Down to the mine, shouldn't we? So, let's get in. Mainnet 2.0 has arrived. I wanted to get into one other thing real quick. Okay, I wanted to get into the hypergraph network because this will allow you to see what's going on. So HGTP is a distributed ledger technology known as directed acyclic graph, DAG, protocol with a novel reputation-based consensus model called Proof of Reputable Observation, PRO. Hypergraph is a feeless, decentralized network that supports the transfer of DAG cryptocurrency. We've already talked about this, talked about the features. So the Hypergraph network is made up of a collection of microservices called state channels. Each state channel validates specific data net types with user-defined validation functions. State channels from a distributed network architecture that can accommodate real-world big data use cases. Developers can integrate state channels directly into existing applications, allowing for direct E2E security and minimal seamless deployment. And then it's a revolutionary protocol. The Constellation HGTP network is powered by a secure communication protocol designed for wide open networks and concurrency. Our vision was not achievable with traditional consensus models, therefore we build Pro from the ground up, incorporating machine learning to balance our complex network technology with a performance-based approach to validator rewards. Our protocol relies on a P2P reputation system called Proof of Reputable Observation, PRO, that serves as our consensus model while simultaneously optimizing network topology. And then, before we read this, I just want to let you know that this is sponsored by the generous members of Tom's Army. You too can be a part of this growing army. We have 213 members, and you can look in the video description below and click on Join Tom's Army. And it's because of these selfless and very generous members of Tom's Army who pay $9.99 each and every month out of their hard-earned money that they go to work and struggle for each and every day, allow me to do this without having to do advertising and promoting a product or 2 or 10 a week for a couple minutes per each update. So this is specifically brought to you ad-free by the generous and the ones who pay it forward in Tom's Army. Make no mistake about it, you are the most important part of this show, and because of the 213 members who pay their hard-earned money each and every month, I don't have to do any kind of paid advertising, and I don't have to fund up the station. So if you're considering a reason why to join Tom's Army, look no farther than the fact that you single-handedly, for the people, by the people, put this on so that I don't have to do paid promotions, and I really appreciate that. Yeah, you might see a YouTube advertisement in here every now and then, but the paid promotions can be a pain in the ass when they take 2, 3, and 5 minutes, and then your interests are bought and paid for. I am not bought and paid for by anybody but Tom's Army, and for that, I am gratefully eternal. If you join Tom's Army, you'll also get the Telegram. We've got Tom's Army still banging right now at 5 o'clock in the morning. And then we've also got a bunch of stuff here. And we've got the Futures Leverage Group, and then you can talk to me. Look at all the people I talk to. I talk to everybody on a daily basis. You talk to me, I'll talk to you back. So anyhow, getting back to this, I just want to thank members of Tom's Army for sponsoring this update. Without the 213 members and their generosity, I would have to do paid promotions, and I'm blessed that I don't have to do that on this station. Architecture, a directed acyclic graph DAG that performs consensus concurrently and maintains topological ordering designed for high throughput data pipelines. Distributed node operators that host nodes for validation. The node are rewarded to maintain and govern the network. Integrating into existing systems is a key capability within the Constellation network. Our microservice framework enables effortless plug-and-play functionality with existing applications written with JVM languages such as Java and Scala. And then Proof of Reputable Observation Pro is an evolution of distributed consensus incorporating P2P reputation models. So data is transferred through the network. Network organizes the servers. Node validators data on servers. And then network nodes and data. So we'll get back into more of this. And then I'm also going to get into use cases in my next update for DAG. Expect this to be a very routine update, as I'm very excited to release DAG into my ISO updates. And now, since we discussed and we understand a little bit about DAG, I may not show you the charting of DAG, but I do it on the side. Everything you see on here, I chart separately, even if nobody's paying attention. So DAG is up 1.18% to 0.0483, so just under 5 cents. We did break underneath this very wide pattern, and we're looking for a rejection to ultimately finish to our uptrending support. And I have a lower target if we can get rejected here. If we come up at 5.8, which we don't need to, we can get rejected at 5.1 like we have been showing so far. If we do break down here and get rejected at best at 5.8, if we could work our way up there, that would signal a push back down to 258. So I would suggest you just put this down. This is a very little look at what DAG is going to do. But I think the true trends suggest that DAG is going to end up at the 2.5 level. And I think that's where we're going to end up finding ourselves in the very near future. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know if you appreciate the H-bar and DAG updates. Looking at the white paper of DAG. And also, consider joining Tom's Army for every reason I've shared. Because I believe that it's up to you. And with your help, I'll be able to push this even farther. So again, I appreciate each and every one of you. It's a struggle sometimes with my voice today, especially. But it's feeling a lot better today. I appreciate the 956 views on the last video 13 hours ago. And I appreciate the likes, as 138 likes definitely helps push me through the analytics. Most of these videos, you guys are doing a fantastic job hitting that like button. And if you want to join Tom's Army, as I mentioned before, all you have to do is hit the video description, hit more, come over here, hit the more button, come down here, and you can join Tom's Army if you're part of Tom's Army. It'll show you a lot of stuff. Other people that have talked about Tom's Army, as you can see, 9 months ago, which is pretty cool, that Crypto Mentor talked about Tom's Army, which is pretty damn cool. And then obviously if you just click on XRP Future Millionaire, and you'll get into the membership area, which is awesome. So, and I'm a member of Tom's Army, so if you don't see that badge next to my name, it's not me with the WhatsApp. I delete it all, but when I'm sleeping, I can't get to it. A lot of people ask me, is that you spamming? No, it's not, and you'll know because they're not part of Tom's Army. Those cheap fucks can't even spam and support me at the same time. And then MEXC, you can join me in the USA. No spot fees, no VPN, and no KYC needed. Get 200x leverage. Join me on Cash App or Venmo. You can send a donation there. Or you can trade with me on BitGet. I'm on there every single day. They took away copy trading from me because of my IP in the USA. But if you're part of BitGet, you can still trade. And I advise you to find me on MEXC and BitGet, because then you can buy your crypto spot, no spot fees, and then you can send it back to your native exchanges. When I buy XRP, even if I have to send Tether over from UPHOLD or USDC, I'll send it over to BitGet, buy the stuff, and then I'll send it back over to UPHOLD, so I don't have to pay the spot fees. It's simple as that. It might cost you one Tether, so that's about $1. But all in all, it's a great thing. Learn from me, learn from my mistakes, and also understand what I'm saying in the updates. We're very bearish, and we have a very big bear market rally. Not even big, but we have a bear market rally right now from the previous drop. So hashtag the FUD stops here. And please hit that like button, share this far and wide, subscribe to the channel, and find out why more than 15,100 people have already subscribed to the channel in the last 19 and a half months. And also share this far and wide to your friend. Hashtag watch, recycle, repeat. What that means is watch the content, recycle it to a friends and family, and then come back and watch the next update by repeating.